sure I don't trip on anything. Thank you. Well, that has been my validation for the day. Well, it is great to be here. Man, it is, I cannot see any of you. That helps. This is nothing like the practice in my bedroom, but that is okay. You know, it's funny. So many comedians have so many tips online of things that you should do when you start out doing comedy, and stand-up especially. But one of the main things that they say is usually stand a certain way or talk a certain way. But one of the main things is just to be yourself. And so I'd like to introduce myself by saying, hi, my name is Steve. I'm 42 and I live in Ohio. No, in all seriousness, my name is Levi, and I'm a senior here at Park Rapids. I go to the high school. And there's many things that I do to fill my time. You know, I'm not a sports guy by any means, and I know there's no, characteristics that, can tip you off to that or anything. But it's not that I'm bad at sports, it's just I'm either the MVP of the team or I'm the guy that holds the hockey stick backwards. There's no in between. So I'm so bad at sports that people are taken aback when I tell them I'm even related to anybody who is remotely good at sports. Like when I was in 3rd grade in swimming class, it would take me 2 weeks just to put my head under the water, which you would think wouldn't be too hard for me, seeing as the shallow end was 3 feet 5 and I was 3 feet 4. So, not a lot of breathing room. I was more worried about, not accidentally sneezing and drowning myself than, learning how to do the ball float. So when I told my swim teacher that, hey, I'm cousins with one of your swimmers, he just gave me the blankest stare and went, "You're not serious, are you?" So it's nice when your whole aesthetic and just aura gives off unathletic. But I am taking a team sports class this year, which seems contradictory to everything I just said. But I will tell you, it's only because gym credits are required to graduate. Otherwise, I would not take it, because I feel that if you're able to sprint across the high school in 4 minutes to get to class on time, I think that's enough physical activity for, your average high school student. But, they do require you to take 1 fine arts credit, which leads to at least 5 students joining choir just to play Hay Day on their phone the entire time. But luckily this year we have a new choir director, and I say luckily because this is the 4th choir director we've had in 5 years. But we're making do, and he's a good mix of, he's just out of college, so he's that fun, quirky, cool college dude, but also teacher that's been there 50 years and will snap your phone in half if you don't give it to him. So I'm really glad with all the educators that I've had in my time as a student. There's been some great ones, some not great ones, but more great ones than not. So I'm very, very glad that they're there. And they do a lot of things that, make high school and middle school and elementary a very good time for people, such as letting them order pizza at 10 p.m. on a school trip. Let me set the stage. So I do a lot of activities, and one of them is FFA, and yeah, okay. So when I went to state competition, which is basically the best people in the state, hence the name state competition, all of the dudes that I was bunking with decide it is one minute before we cannot leave our rooms. What is the best idea? And they all go, let's order a pizza. And I was not totally against this idea, I will admit. So we asked our advisor, hey, can we order a pizza? Because technically, we could have it delivered to our room and we wouldn't have to leave. So it wouldn't be breaking any rules. And he, after careful deliberation, he says, sure, I guess, which was a big mistake on his part. So we ordered the pizza at 10 p.m. That's important, 10 p.m. And we waited like half an hour and it didn't come. Or so we thought. I'm lying down in my hotel bed, which, you know, it's not as comfy as you think it is, when all of a sudden I hear, and the amount of anguish that came out of my system in that exact moment was frightening, because I'm laying there in bed and just going, oh, please don't be the Domino's guy, please don't be the Domino's guy, please don't be the Domino's guy. Guess who it was? I roll out of bed, go to the peephole, and there's a guy standing in bright, flashy Domino's blue. And I am like, man, it is midnight. I do not want to talk to this guy in my PJs about a pizza I didn't order. So I'm just gonna let him wait and see what happens. So I calmly walk over. I say calmly, it wasn't. Calmly walk over to my friend who's sleeping at the time, of course, and would just not wake up when I go, Isaac, the pizzas are here. Isaac, please wake up, the pizzas are here. And this guy is like just either dead or like just does not wake up at anything. So I calmly walk over the door. Meanwhile, the Domino's guy had not stopped knocking. He's still there. I walk over and I stare at him for like another solid 30 seconds, and he finally just decides to leave, which I say, this is a good thing. Perhaps he could just take the pizzas with him. And I would not mind, you know, I'd go back to bed, bygones be bygones. So he doesn't. He sets the pizzas down on the ground, which I should say we also ordered 2 of them and garlic knots and a 2-liter bottle of soda, which seemed like important information, but he's there, he sets them on the ground and he leaves. And I think, thank goodness I could just crack the door open, slide the stuff inside, and go to bed. So that is in fact what I do. I crack the door open, slide all of the ingredients and pizzas and stuff in, and just close the door. And seeing it as it was 2 hours later at midnight, I had the foresight to put the pop in the fridge, but I did not want to arrange the entire hotel mini fridge to fit 2 large pizzas in. So I decided I'll just set them on the TV stand. You know, they'd be outside anyways, so I just do that and I go back to bed. And when everybody wakes up in the morning and says, wow, I wonder what happened, like if those pizzas ever came, and I roll out and I say, wow, boy do I have a story for you. And that is a life pro tip. If you're ever out with students or like family and they ask, hey, can we order a pizza at 10 p.m.? I mean, sure, you only got one life to live, and I'm thankful that you spent some of your life here listening to me. Thank you very much. I've been Levi.
All right, Levi, thank you very, very much. We're going to move on. I think we're really getting ready to close up here, and the next act is going to be Roger Fenzel, who played at the last session of